Hey, Ari.
Hey, Eric.
How was your day?
Good, nothing much. How about you?
That's actually why I came today. Yeah, I have a huge problem.
What's up?
I had a dream that everyone in my class fell asleep while I was presenting.
Oh, no.
I was really nervous about this one class I had.
Why are you nervous about this class?
Well, so we have this presentation, right? And we have this presentation we need to do for class, and I need to pass because usually because I failed most of my exams. So this is like the one. This is the one last project I need to do good on.
Oh, well, you should try telling a story to make it more interesting.
Really? So wait, how do I do that?
Well, there are many techniques to storytelling, but here are some examples.
Really? Okay.
False start. A false start story is when you begin to tell a seemingly predictable story before unexpectedly disrupting and beginning it over again. You lure your audience into a false sense of security and then shock them by turning the tables.
In media res. In media's res storytelling is when you begin your narrative in the heat of the action, before starting over at the beginning to explain how you got there. By dropping your audience right into the most exciting part of your story, they'll be gripped from the beginning and will stay engaged to find out what happens.
The mountain. The mountain's structure is a way of mapping the tension and drama in a story. It's similar to the monomyth because it helps us to plot when certain events occur in a story. It's different because it doesn't necessarily have a happy ending. The first part of the story is given to setting the scene and is followed by just a series of small challenges and rising action before a climatic conclusion. It's a bit like a TV series. Each episode has its ups and downs, all building up to a big final at the end of the season.
The petal structure. This is when you tell several stories that all relate back to a central idea. You tell one story one after another and eventually come back to explain your one main point. The stories can overlap, but they should all be separate stories. This way you have multiple sources of evidence for your idea. By showing how all of these stories relate to one another, the audience truly understands the weight and importance of your message.
Oh man, yo, guess what, yo?
What?
I aced the presentation.
That's so good.
Yo, I use your methods, I use your tips. Yo, it worked so well. I'm really grateful, yo.
I'm happy
Thank
for
you.
you.
Yeah.